Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a general reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. I had started to get some messages today. A couple different signs were really calling to me, so this was one of them. Aquarius had pushed out Sagittarius, and while I was doing the Gemini reading, I kept trying to say Venus, but it kept coming off as Aquarius. So I figured must be Aquarius's time. I feel like air signs are kind of going through it right now. A couple things I want to mention. As soon as I started to try to meditate on the energy and kind of come inward to focus and become centered for this reading, a couple things were happening to me. One, as soon as I started, I don't know where they were coming from, but there was a bunch of dogs outside somewhere that were all just barking and barking and barking and barking, all of them, a ton of them, just continuously barking, which I thought was real weird. And it just, clouded my mind so much. I felt like I couldn't, concentrate over that, ruckus. I felt like it just blurred me so much for some reason. And I started to have some throat chakra issues, and that was real tough. I think Gemini actually might have gotten, a throat chakra card. I'm not 100% sure. Oh no, they didn't. That was for a different sign, I'm sorry. But I feel a lot of throat chakra energy happening where I feel like I was trying to clear my throat a lot, and it felt like I just couldn't clear it enough. It was a lot. It just felt like it was backed up almost. I know it's kind of gross, but it felt really just clogged inside of my chest and inside of my throat, and I was like, what is this? And then I tried to record this video a separate time, and my cat jumped up on the desk right in front of me. So with all of that kind of combined, I feel the energy of you guys really kind of being distracted in your heads, unable to kind of communicate what's going on, or unable to put kind of a name to what's going on. I feel just heavy, distraction and kind of spacey energy of not exactly being present. So, without further ado, we're going to get into this. If you feel as though the roles should be reversed within the reading, feel free to do so. When I talk about feminine and masculine, it does not necessarily have to do with a gender. This is energy, so it can go either way, and any person can embody either masculine or feminine energies. Energy is fluid as opposed to linear, so you could be going through this right now, you could be about to, you could have already gone through it. If it doesn't resonate, it just may not be the time for you, or I could also not be the reader for you. Just a couple things I want to get out of the way. So without further ado, let's go straight into the reading. So I have the Secret Language of Light deck here by Diane Jarvie. We're going to get a couple theme cards, if you will, just to see what's going on. But yeah, I feel really spacey and unable to concentrate, and kind of just constantly trying to clear my throat. I'm constantly trying to I don't know, maybe clear myself. Maybe there's some stagnant energy in you, which if that's the case, I, being a Reiki practitioner, highly recommend that you get some Reiki or other energy healing work of some kind done. That'll help you out tremendously. But I definitely feel really kind of spacey, a lot of in your head, which I felt as though Gemini was in their heads too, so I guess that goes hand in hand, you know? Okay, let's see. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for March 2020. That one wants to come out. Whoa! They just flew. But that was a whole lot, so we're gonna not take all 90 of those cards. Well, not 90, but I'm exaggerating a little bit, but still. I just want one more. Aquarius, March 2020. Sorry the lighting's weird, guys. The lighting is just like coming straight in this one line. I don't have blinds, so it's like if I open it, it's really bright. If I close it, it's really dark. So, first card we have out is a 19, which is transformation. Breaks down to a 10, which also breaks down to a 1 for me. And then we have 17, which breaks down to an 8. This is visualize. And then the last one is 35, breaking down to an 8, which is light beings. See, there's this face right here. It took me a while to actually notice this. But first of all, Aquarius are definitely known for being the aliens of the zodiac, if you will. So the light beings tells me that you could have maybe a connection to a past life as like a starseed or something of that nature, like the Pleiades or what have you. Visualize tells me that you are definitely kind of in your head, but you're trying to break through something. Transformation, especially being a 19, which breaks down to the 10, therefore a 1, tells me that you're going through a pretty big cycle. So you might be in like culture shock, sort of, for lack of a better way to put it. There might be, it feels like this, like almost when there's maybe an asteroid or something hit something else in space, and you see that like line that just comes out and then explodes. And I feel like that's exactly what that's exactly what's on this card. Oh my god, that's crazy. Like literally just like this. I feel like you're going through this big kind of explosive moment, and maybe you're in culture shock because there's a lot going on. So you're kind of in your head going over things, feeling a little bit disconnected and trying to visualize what's to come next. Visualize 17 bring it down to an 8 also to me talks about abundance, and if you turn it sideways you have the infinity symbol. So I think a lot of that is to do with karma as well. What you put in comes out and vice versa. So I think there's a lot of cyclical energy here, transformation, huge things coming to you, or maybe you just broke through something that's really big. I'm kind of tempted to read the transformation one, so I think I might do that actually. But it feels very cyclical, kind of karmic, breaking through some cycles, and definitely big ones. Transformation. Suffering is optional. You are experiencing an ending. You are feeling a loss as a whole or a void in your life. This empty feeling is a space for something new and better. A new way will reveal itself very soon. Pain is something that happens to all of us, but suffering is a choice. To suffer is to believe thoughts that are not your sole truth. Justifying, analyzing, and rationalizing will separate you further from your soul's wisdom. From this state, you will blame yourself, another, or an event for feeling angry or sad. Focusing on the suffering will only cement the ideology or belief that created it. In other words, you become what you fight against. Now imagine what you can create by focusing on all the beautiful aspects of your life and what you are good at. Hence the manifesting karma type of energy with the visualize card, or visualization? Nope, visualize. Focus on where your life is filled with things that make you smile. Change starts with you, and all your desires begin with a dream. Where will you place your focus tomorrow morning? So again, kind of similar to what I was talking about, going through big cycles, transforming things, and using your visualization skills to create what you want and not getting stuck in this kind of headspace of almost lack. So, beautiful. Put these away. I want to move on to tarot. Oh, at the bottom is a 28, which breaks down to a 10. Therefore, 1, inner voice. Another thing about, kind of to me, like, listening to yourself and realizing that, you know, you have a choice in what you tell yourself. Excuse me, what you tell yourself is your reality. So, obviously, feed yourself good things, you know. Let's see. As I broke apart the deck, I have the Magician as well. Messages do we have? My sun, moon, rising in Aquarius. Sun, moon, rising in Venus in Aquarius. March 2020. I think you guys are definitely in need of some healing. For sure, some healing. And honestly, I feel like that overall has come up for a lot of readings lately, a lot of signs where they just needed some healing and some kind of like nurturing for themselves. Wow. Alright, 2 right off the bat. We have the Hierophant and we have the 10 of Cups. So there is an emotional commitment, could be a marriage or a relationship that's kind of at the forefront right now. Five of Cups. Are you guys trying to decide possibly to walk away from something maybe that once made you happy and no longer does? Because the 5 of Cups, to me, you see the 3 of Cups in the front. Let me show you. You see the 3 of Cups in the front, right? And they're knocked over. So there's nothing in these anymore. And he's just kind of saddened over this because he's looking directly at that. However, there are 2 cups still in the back that are upright and still full. And then a bridge here. So this tells me that, you know, to come over this bridge, to surpass the water to me's emotions about these cups that are no longer full, once you surpass that, there are still 2 more. So that's like a 2 of Cups scenario that's still existing there for you. But you're kind of focused on the pain. But past the pain could possibly be a 2 of Cups. See what I'm saying? It's from my Aquarius. Sun, moon, rising in Venus for March 2020. I feel like definitely, like I said before, air signs have been seriously going through it so hard lately. I don't know what's going on with y'all, but it's been tough, it looks like, for you guys. Getting dragged through the mud. Aquarius, March 2020. Whoa, that's a lot. It's like a burst of info and then nothing. You guys just get real quiet. Oops. You guys aren't gonna say anything to me? Shuffle a couple more times, see if I can get something out of you guys. You guys must be just sitting in that Five of Cups energy, like, really bad. Or maybe you were in this relationship that you thought was gonna be the one and it, you know, it's not. Or you thought it was going to turn out a certain way, and it didn't. Maybe there's something else that's emotionally kind of taking place, and you need to be able to complete that first before you can move on to a, you know, like, fulfilled emotional or home life or what have you. Knight of Wands, alright. Some action energy. Some passionate movement in some sort of direction there. I kind of get this feeling that someone, maybe possibly a fire sign, especially with the Wands energy, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Knight of Wands is, the way it's set up is that they're coming towards the Five of Cups person. Because this Knight of Wands doesn't feel like the same energy. Wow. It doesn't feel like the same energy. It feels like this is a separate person, almost sort of like, it feels more friendly than anything. Like a friend maybe that you really trust and confide in coming to be like, alright, like, you know, quit sulking, quit being upset, get out of your head, let's go, we're gonna go do some stuff today. Like, we're gonna get you out of this funk type of energy. Which is great. Those are great friends to have. I mean, at least, you know, you have some kind of, like, support system. That's probably a better word. It feels more like a support system than anything. Oof. Oh, it's just like snap my cards in half. Oops. Wow, guys, real quiet, huh? Oh. Well, one just flew at my face. Just looking for, like, one more card, and I got it. All right. Well. It's like a burst of energy and then nothing from you guys. Okay, so I have, the next card to come out is Death. And then I have the Chariot. So, something has definitely, like, come to an end here. I don't know which I want to clarify first. I think I'm going to go ahead and clarify this Five of Cups. Something is definitely coming to an end and quickly, especially, like I said, Death, the Chariot. That tells me stuff is changing. And Death, similar to the theme cards we had in the beginning, Death definitely talks about transformation as well. Seeing the Tower as I cut the deck. So yeah, that definitely talks about transformation as well. Okay, none of my cards are shuffling. I'm dropping them all. Perfect. Yeah, the energy is kind of solemn right now. Not exactly the happiest with you guys, but... Let's see. Clarify the Five of Cups for Aquarius. Sorry you guys had to watch me shuffle forever. Didn't think that was gonna happen like that, but thanks for sticking with me. One more. Five Cups. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, clarify the Five of Cups. Wow, okay. Page of Wands, alright. Clarify Five of Cups. Aquarius, Sun, Rising, Venus, I feel this absolute inability to concentrate, so again, I know I'm repetitive, but you guys seem like you're just not, like, thinking clearly. And this Five of Cups, just with the Page of Wands, it feels like some sort of passionate endeavor maybe just didn't work out or didn't make you as happy as you thought it was going to make you. Four of Pentacles. So something that you were holding on to pretty tightly. Whatever this is or was, you don't want to let it go. You really don't want to let it go. So for some of you, this definitely could be a relationship or some kind of partnership that you thought was going to be like the one, like the ultimate fulfillment of some kind, and it just wasn't. Wow. Okay. So earlier, the Five of Pentacles tried to come out with the regular size deck, but I put it back because it came out with a ton of them, so I wasn't sure. And we have the Five of Pentacles again. And then we have the Empress. So, to me, what I get a lot from this is this was someone who was supposed to be basically great for you, for lack of a better way to put it. It was a passionate endeavor. Could have been an offer of some kind from someone. Maybe it was going to be marriage, maybe it was engagement or whatever, something more seriously romantic. Something that you didn't want to let go of, and the holding on to it kind of brought you into that Five of Pentacles energy. And it just feels like a struggle, like an internal struggle. And having the Five of Pentacles and the Empress together tells me that this person almost in a way like kept you from being able to reach this like Empress type status. And you're like, I don't want to be here, like I want to be here. And it feels like your inability to let go is keeping you from this. But you know that in order for you to get where you want, this might be something you have to let go of. I definitely feel like a whole little roller coaster of a ride here with that. I'm going to leave that as is. The Knight of Wands I'm going to leave. I do want to clarify death. Let's see what it is exactly that's coming to a close. Clarify death. For my Aquarius, Sun, Rising, Venus, Let's see, Three Swords as I cut the deck, so some disappointment. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic, but it could be something that you were passionate about. It could be a friendship, it could be a romantic partnership, it could even be like maybe a job you're passionate about, or like a hobby, something along those lines, something that in the end you basically knew wasn't going to work, and that's disappointing, which of course it is when things don't work out. But let's see. So clarified death for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Nine of Pentacles. Interesting. Did you possibly put a lot of money into this? You gave up something in order to pursue this, and I think that's where that disappointment is coming from. Because I have the Nine of Pentacles, I have the Queen of Pentacles, and now the King of Cups just flew out. So you could have been dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But my gosh, okay. I'm getting a real strong feeling of you really lost a lot trying to support this endeavor or relationship, friendship, whatever it was. Because Nine of Pentacles is about being abundant, very abundant, and it's kind of like a single energy of, you know, you have everything you want, you have access to the things that you want, you know, you don't have to like respond to anybody, you don't have to answer to anyone. Queen of Pentacles is kind of similar. It's very mothering, nurturing, abundant. You're kind of just like, you know, in charge of your own life. And I just, with those clarifying, the Death card tells me that you put a lot in. And whether you're dealing with a water sign or maybe you're just embodying that King of Cups energy, there was a lot put into this. A lot put into this. And Ace of Swords. So, in this case, I feel as though you may have received some information. The Ace of Swords is truth, primarily. For some of you, I feel like you saw that there was a lot of potential. So, like, the Nine of Pentacles could come across as you feeling as though you are going to be successful in this. That this endeavor, partnership, what have you, is something that's going to bring you success in some form. But the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups are looking complete opposite direction. They're not looking at each other. So which tells me that this was just never going to work from the get-go. Like, they feel like two totally different energies. And maybe that King of Cups, if it's a person that we're talking about, came into your life and gave you this, like, truth bomb. And that's kind of how you knew, like, okay, like, that's just not gonna work for me. And sometimes you just gotta call it quits on people or on things, even though you don't want to, because you just know that it's not gonna go anywhere. But it definitely feels like they're two just separate energies. Yeah, the Hermit, that just flew out. So this has caused you to really go inward here and kind of search, because, again, like, it's upsetting to realize that, you know, it makes you feel really, like, disconnected and kind of, like, you disassociate almost, like, from your feelings, and you're like, all right, well, I have to go inward and kind of be inside of myself for a little bit to figure out how to deal with this, which is, like, totally fine and totally normal. But, wow. Yeah, it looks like just literally from the get-go, it just wasn't gonna happen. Because even with, like, the Ten of Cups being really, like, emotional fulfillment, the Hierophant, which often talks about like a higher power kind of bringing two people together. Like, it feels kind of cold. Like, it doesn't really feel like there's a lot of passion. Like, with the Five of Cups, when we clarified and we had the Five of Pentacles and the Empress, like, you would like to be the Empress, but instead, you're, like, there's no warmth there. They're not making you feel like that. It just doesn't feel warm. It doesn't feel welcoming. Like, it doesn't feel passionate. It just kind of feels like, yeah, I hate to say it, like, it just kind of feels like it was just not going to work from the get-go. And again, if this isn't you and you're like, oh, that's my partner, then, or whoever, that's the other person in the story, and then just switch it. But, Two of Swords. So you're just so confused. You're definitely in your head. Swords is mental energy, so you are very much in your head, and you're almost trying to, like, not make decisions based off of your emotions. Because in the card, this person is blindfolded and there's water behind them, but they're on land. And then you have the moon in the background. So with the moon and the water in the background tells me that this person is trying to absolutely push intuition, emotions, what have you, behind them. And that makes sense with all the in your head energy. And then the Devil just flew out as well. So whatever this was just not gonna work. Not gonna work. And again, Hierophant at the bottom again of the deck. It just wasn't gonna work. From the get-go, it just wasn't. And this could definitely, with the Devil, be something that was maybe toxic for you, and that's why you had to call it quits. It could also be that maybe it was a karmic partner in your life, and they were just kind of there for a little bit. They taught you a lesson, and maybe they just showed you, what you do want out of your relationships, and that just wasn't it. And they helped you see that. That's also a possibility as well. But with the Devil and the Two of Swords here, you're definitely like this is tough. Like, they've put you in a tough position because you're like, I want it, but I know it's not really great for me. It's not going to bring me to where I want to be. It's not going to bring me that Empress energy. So with Death and this Devil energy, like, there's some kind of, like, maybe addictiveness about them or about the situation, but you just have to let it go. That's why it's clarifying the Death card. It's something that you definitely need to kind of, like, get over, for a lack of a better way to put it. On the Chariot too, just for fun. So let's clarify the Chariot for Aquarius. Summarizing and reading signs. The Tower again. Whoa, guys. Whoa. Wow. Clarifying the Chariot, we have the Chariot. Okay, yeah, so whatever this is kind of ending rather quickly. It's kind of like fizzling out. Like, Spirit's like, you know what? That's enough. We're not going to do that anymore. You learned your lesson. You did what you got to do. And now we're all set with that. Wow, that's so funny. I love that. It's too funny. Whoa, that's a lot. The Tower just popped out again. Wow. Well, we get the Five of Cups again. Five of Cups one more time. Justice. So like I said, like, especially with Death, and then we have the Chariot. So we have Death, we have the Chariot together. So transformation coming in rather quickly. Definitely happening fast, right? And then to boot, on top of that, we have the Chariot, clarified by the Chariot, the Five of Cups, which we already had, and Justice. So all these, just trying to hold them so you can see them all. So all of these here, this is what so Chariot again, this is the 5 cups, and Justice. This is helping you rebalance those scales. This is karmic justice. This is definitely karmic to me. Justice is all obviously about balance. It's the card for Libra, so whatever it is that you kind of thought was really going to go well doesn't work out, and Spirit's here to say, like, okay, like, that was for a reason, so now we're going to balance those scales, and you kind of leave it behind. That was just to kind of show you your path, that you should be treated like the Empress or the Emperor or what have you, but that needed to happen in order to kind of open your eyes and show you that. And now we're balancing the scales with this Justice card and showing you what you really deserve. So it just had to happen. And by it not working out, that's the rebalancing of the scales. At the bottom, I have the 5 of Swords and 7 of Cups, but I do have the Sun. So that tells me that, I mean, again, there's some fighting. Maybe it's fighting with yourself, but 7 of Cups is confusion, but afterwards comes the Sun, so there's some hope in there, guys. So don't necessarily, give up too quickly. Don't get stuck in your head. Try not to get caught up in your thoughts and in logic. Try to definitely pay attention to your intuition and your emotions, because once you do, I think you'll realize that this was all just supposed to happen for a reason, and it was just kind of like this quick little, like, here you go, and that was all it was supposed to be. So don't get too bummed out, because it was supposed to be short and concise for a reason. And we had the Hanging Man here, or Hanged Man, excuse me, at the bottom, which I forgot to check, which, again, all about that pause, taking that mental pause. And I mean, feel what you need to feel, do what you think is best. No one can tell you what's best other than you for yourself, so do those things, but just don't get caught up in them, okay? Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't want to make these videos too long. I'm already, oh my god, at 38 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it resonated. If it did, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Share with your friends, let them know. And again, if it didn't resonate with you, it's just not your month. And if the roles reverse, switch them out. But yeah, I hope it helped. And on that note, yeah, I'm just going to leave it there. So thanks so much for watching. Bye.